Watching Buzz with Jess Lujan.
Rules and regulations for medicinal marijuana. Doc, some of the things, actually not some, but the most talked about situation or concern that patients or even potential growers that came out the public hearing was the cost. I mean, I know the cost is a moving target, basically. You know, they just kind of took a figure, but you know, it's not set in stone and all that. And you know, as people said, well, wait a minute, this is an alternative. The affordability of this thing, you know, at 500, and of course that's not set in stone, but even at 4, even at 3, even at 2. Now, again, an alternative, you know, if you do it at 500 or even 4, I mean, it's like we have now. I mean, would you have access to this? I mean, this is like prime, not generic medicine that you would prescribe to me, and you know, and it's like, what, you know, are you again accomplishing what the people voted for?
This bill does not accomplish what we voted for. This bill is conducive for corporations. Mm-hmm. We are not in a democracy. We are in a plutocracy, a government by the corporation for the corporation. And this is for people who have millions to spend. This is not for the people.
Now, Doc, okay, because here's the thing now, even with the rules and regs. Now, people are mistaken with this thing because marijuana is still at this point, unfortunately, at this point, marijuana is still a Schedule I drug, okay? As a doctor, you cannot prescribe a Schedule I drug. Only a few people hold any certification that can handle Schedule I drugs, and maybe DEA, higher echelon type people can do so. Now, should this rules and regs pass, and your patients may come to you and you say, hey, maybe you can be maybe this may be beneficial to you. Now, you don't write out a script. Now, what are you supposed to do? If I came to you and you think my ailment can benefit from a medicinal marijuana use, what would you give me to, again, say that I'm a qualified patient to do that? I mean, what do you give me? You can't give me a script because you can't write out a script. You just give me a certification that he's been diagnosed for this ailment. Because if I don't fall between those diagnoses, those different ailments, I fall somewhere in between that, and we don't have solid proof. Now, doesn't it kind of force you to lie a little bit?
There is Marinol. There are prescription medications out there. The one that's available here in Guam is Marinol. There are some other ones, Sativex, which is a sublingual spray. I usually, in the course of my day, interacting with patients, I'm not the one who usually brings it up. It's usually the patient who brings it up and asks me how I think about it. And because they've already had experience with it, and they know what works for them, as compared to anything I would prescribe in place of cannabis would be like the benzodiazepines, which are highly addictive and have long-term problems. So I do write a lot of letters of recommendation for people heading to California or any of the other states that have medicinal laws. And I have never had a patient who was turned down.
Now, if you were to speak to the legislature at this point, of course, the rules and regs are it's been publicly heard at this point. Public health will take it back, of course, put their input, whatever may be, and shoot it down to the legislature. And the legislature will do as the legislature will do. So if you had, I mean, and I'm sure they're listening right now, what would you tell them?
I would say, thank you for enlightening me and to the public for a new term that we'd never heard before, and that was retroactive pay raises. I had never heard that term before. So I would make a compromise with them. I would allow them to keep their retroactive pay raise, but give us the cannabis. Retroactive pay raises, give us the cannabis.
So basically, we've already bought the cannabis.
Correct.
Okay.
Now we're waiting for the delivery.
Now we're waiting for the delivery.
The harvest is in, I heard.
Well, I never knew you were going to go that way, but okay, no, that works. Yeah, that works. You've delivered. We've paid you already. Yeah, we've paid you already. I'm waiting for delivery. Don't burn me, right?
Correct.
Don't burn me. Okay, but really, Yeah, I like that one. But that being said as well, with this, you submitted testimony to remove what section was that? Section
The criminality.
Criminality. Okay. So basically, now you're saying, look, this is not what the people voted for. And when I'm reading this, and what people voted for as well, it's not exactly this. And I think this is going to go the way that Nevada thought it was going to go. And that's why they started off with, here, you grow your own, okay?
Right.
Until we can, with ourselves, come to terms with ourselves and see how the public is doing, then maybe we can set up dispensaries. Because if we're waiting for, again, if your patients are waiting for immediate relief or something, they're going to have to wait for the legislature's relief.
Patients also want to feel secure that they're using it with their doctors'
Absolutely.
oversight
Sure.
and guidance.
Sure.
So there